Welcome to another episode of the INH show where we talk about geek culture, news, and lifestyle. So, on the back of our previous discussion, Umbrella Academy, now we're talking about Alita Battle Angel.
Yes.
Right.
Alita Battle Angel. A little bit of a, not exactly a smooth sounding title for a movie,
It's
in
not.
my opinion.
Well, I mean, the old anime was what? Battle Angel Alita, right?
Which to me sounds a little bit, does that not
It
roll
sounds
off the tongue a little bit
smoother.
easier?
Yeah, it does. This is like Alita. Battle
Alita
Angel.
Battle Angel, produced by James Cameron, one of my favorite filmmakers, and I think directed by Robert Rodriguez. Is that
Robert
right? Something like
Rodriguez,
that?
yep.
Who I can go either way on.
And I believe James Cameron had his hand in writing the screenplay for this as well. Is that right?
He's had his hand in this thing for
ages.
decades. Yes.
Yeah, he bought the license for it a while ago.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So it's finally out, and we've both seen it.
We've both finally seen that. Did you saw it quite early on?
I saw it maybe a few days after it was released in Australia.
Right, and I
And
only
you saw
watched it just late last week, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll go spoiler free first. Now, I
Sure.
have seen Battle Angel Alita, the anime, the OVA. Have you seen it?
Wait, when was the last time that you watched that? Like
Decades ago.
Okay.
It's so long ago that, well, first of all, it made very little impact on me. I had very little recollection of it after seeing the cartoon.
Okay.
And I barely remember anything about the story
Yep.
going into the theater.
Okay.
You've seen it?
Yes, I watched it back in the day. I don't recall.
Back in the day.
I don't remember much of it at all, to be very honest with you. I
Didn't
remember
leave much
bits
of
and
it. It
bops
didn't
of
leave much of an impact on you.
No,
Is that fair to
not at
say?
all. So I remember, she's a cyborg and she has special skills and she lost her memory. The end. That's as much as I remember.
I barely even remember that. To be
Really?
honest. All I remember is he found her in the which you see in the trailer.
the
in the
trash.
tip.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's it left very little impression on me.
Well, first of all, did you like the movie?
The theatrical, the live action.
Yeah, the one that just came out.
I did enjoy it. I think it's worth going to. I
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, I recommend you go watch it.
Okay.
It definitely benefits from the cinematic experience.
Okay.
But it's a long movie.
It is a long
Go
movie.
empty your bladder before you watch before you sit down.
Good point.
Do you recommend? Or
Yeah.
wow, tentative.
Yeah,
tentative?
you know what? I like James Cameron stuff. I really do.
Jim. We call him Jim.
Jim
Jim
Cameron.
Cameron.
I'm a huge
People
fan of his
know.
stuff, so I'd recommend it. Yeah, I'd say check it out. Like anytime he.
I kind of get
Bring
the
something
feeling
out.
that your opinion of this is going to be similar to the Aquaman review.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how we go. I'm trying to remember all the parts for it.
All right, so I think it's fair to say we both recommend it,
recommend
or
it,
you both
yep.
recommend you go and watch it at the cinema, as opposed to
should watch
waiting
it-
for it to come out on Netflix
Right.
or whatever.
So I will agree in saying that you should definitely watch it in the film. Did you watch it in 3D?
No, I saw it in VMAX, but
Okay.
I didn't. Did you watch it in 3D?
I did not watch it in 3D, but I've been
Boy, I think it would
told
have been-
that it's supposed to be better in 3D. Wait, let me ask you. You
I
might
can
know
believe
this.
that.
Was this filmed in 3D? Because I know James Cameron was.
That I don't know, but
Okay.
I mean, Jim is sure a pioneer in this. The
Good old
3D.
Jimmy.
Yeah, and I can see why it would be good if it was, it
Filmed
might,
that way. It's sort of like Avatar, right? Avatar.
Yeah.
I'm not a 3D guy at all. Usually,
Neither am
I'm not
I.
a fan. If anyone asks, should I watch it in 3D? I say there's no point because it just pop a couple of cells out there and it's all done in post. But when it comes
You
to
wear these glasses and it dims the image, and
Right.
it's just so.
But when it comes to Avatar, because it was filmed for 3D, it's a different experience altogether, and I would highly recommend it. So that's just my opinion for that.
Those avatars sure love their 3D. But
So,
we're going to get into the
Let's
spoiler
get into it.
territory, I suppose.
You know what? Let's just call out spoilers in case we just blurt something out.
All right, so we're into spoiler territory. Now, I did enjoy the movie.
Okay.
It was long.
Okay. It was very long.
And I felt that, well, first of all, right off the bat, look, it was well acted.
Okay.
It looked pretty. I think that's the most important thing.
When you say looked pretty, which part of it looked pretty to you?
Oh, yeah, everything. I mean, the world was
the
immersive.
visual, okay.
I think
Okay.
that's one of James
The wor-
Cameron's big strengths. He
Yep.
can really suck you into the movie, even though it's very digital and you can,
Yeah.
you're obviously not looking at real things. You're
Right.
looking at things which are
Everything
digital.
is digital, right? Did you find that the Alita character was it jarring at the fact that she looked really animated because of the bulging eyes versus everyone else who were human actors?
I don't
I
know
know-
whether I just went in there feeling that, okay, this is what I'm going to expect, but it never really bugged me or it never drew me out when I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking, wow, those eyes are so fake.
Okay.
Did you have that
Initially,
moment?
it took me a while to get into it, and then I guess it sort of explained it a little bit more where they showed her history, right, and her commanding officer.
They all
and
have
that.
giant
They all
eyes.
look the same because they're obviously all cyborgs and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, all right, sure, that sold it for me. That's fine. But it took me a bit of time to get used to it because it felt a bit jarring to me. But besides from that, like what I thought was amazing though is the movement. I mean, they've really moved forward a lot in terms of creating a human face that moves in CG really well. Because that was one thing about CG that was hard to do is an organic movement of human skin.
So this is why this movie took like what 10 years or whatever else, and
Right.
James Cameron had to
Makes
do
sense.
like Dark Angel and all these other things to hold onto it and just get his fix.
But it makes sense. But yeah, it looks like you said, it looks pretty.
Again, I don't have
The
an eye
world-
for these things, so I was keen to know whether you're going to look at it thinking, well, this is clear. This is taking me out of it because it's so fake, it's so digital, and
It's definitely moved forward, but it's still not 100% there. And what I mean by that is like, for example, hair movement in the wind. For whatever reason, a lot of times when a lot of people do CG, they do a lot of. It's too much air in the hair. Does that make sense? Like it's too flowy. It's too. No?
yeah, no, well,
You know what I'm sort of saying?
I know
though?
what you're saying. Yeah,
They generally overdo it, so that's
Did you-
what I think, anyways.
did you get your
um,
swell on?
So that's my take on it. I mean, I don't think it's bad. I think the action scenes are great.
I think the action was tremendous. Again, I felt that it went longer than it needs to.
Okay.
You know what's funny? A lot of this movie revolves around this rollerball, roller derby sort of
What do
thing,
they call it?
right?
Motorball? What?
I don't- motorball,
Monster ball? What?
Whatever they call it, someone correct me. But did you? I think that was part of the original anime as well.
I don't remember.
Yeah, me neither. But I thought this is such an American inclusion
It
because
is
it felt like
definitely.
and I felt that you could have done away with that plot altogether.
Yep.
I didn't think it was. I understand that they're saying that you can graduate and you can become a member of this high society, but
Right.
you could have done it. You could have just said, well, if you're a bounty hunter, if you kill a number of people, you clean up the streets, you can be a bounty hunter and whatever. Like, it would get you to the same place.
Right.
The action I thought was tremendous. I thought it was very. It wasn't too confusing.
Okay,
It
okay.
wasn't just this CGI of explosion in my face.
And just things moving around. Like it was quite clear.
Like a Jackson
who's fighting
Pollock?
who-
Yeah.
So
I thought it
I
was.
mean,
I thought that. Did you like that?
I did.
You gonna be critical about that?
No, I mean, I was glad that with the action scene, you know, when she fights the dude with the fingers, and they do that thing where she's like jumping through it,
That very anime sort of thing.
right? And in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, like I hope. You know what? Let me take a step back and say this. I'm glad the way they did it was that her body didn't survive that fight, because it wasn't her winning the whole time.
Well, here's my little. I agree with that to a degree. But
I'm
my
glad.
my little critique of this movie is that at no point did I really feel that Alita is in any sort of danger. I think that she was so, and it was by
You knew
design.
that she was safe.
Yeah, well, it was
The whole
by
time
design.
she
Yeah.
had, like something will be like ding, and all of a sudden she can just. Do
And then when she gets that new body, it's like, well,
She's
the
gonna be
game's-
undefeatable,
what's
right?
gonna,
Yeah.
is she
Okay.
really gonna be
She's
under
not in
any
danger.
threat here?
Yeah, okay, I
But
agree.
it's good in the sense that they made the guy her weak point. So I guess that's how you gotta make the stakes believable.
So that's one thing I had a problem with is the romance in it. It's
Isn't an abomination.
It was
Man
so-
on robot love is like an abomination. You're gonna vote
No,
no.
no,
You're gonna
it's
vote
not
no.
that.
No,
No,
when
no.
they say
No, it's not
marriage
that.
can include.
It's just that it was so. It was cheesy, lame, unbelievable. There's no I didn't feel chemistry between the two.
I felt
You know,
that
like,
there
it
was.
just nah.
I'll say this. It was a very anime sort of trope, like the way that the romance was done. It didn't really work for me either.
Okay.
I see what
why
they were going
are we
for.
agreeing?
No,
Normally we disagree a lot, and I love that.
No, I don't think we agree as much as you think. But I felt that it was fine in the sense that she is no memory, and this is the first guy she's seen, so of course there's a connection, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really buy into at the end, we're in spoiler territory, right?
We are absolutely in spoiler territory.
Has Adam seen it? He's not going to mind if I just blow the ending of this movie.
I don't think it's yet.
But anyway, there is a bit where the guy, do you remember what his name is? Wow, terrible. I don't know the actor. I think it was fine. But anyway, there's a bit where Alita sees him and Sapan or whatever it comes to light that this guy is stealing parts of cyborgs, right?
Correct.
And then Alita's like, oh, do you kill people? Is this really what you do? And then he's saying like, oh, I
don't kill them.
Yeah, I don't kill them.
just
Yeah,
take parts
but then
and
he's playing it as though this is as bad as killing them. Like I thought that this is a bit of a stretch,
Right. Right.
So I thought that the romance angle, I think it's fine. It was really fluffy and it was very superficial.
Yeah, but it just didn't feel right. The guy, it was just like there was just no chemistry between the two to me.
Well, there's about as much chemistry as you can have between a robot, is all I can say. Although, I quite like that robot girlfriend in Blade Runner 2049. Did you ever watch that movie?
Yes.
Yeah, did you like
Yes.
the robot girlfriend? Wouldn't mind having one of those myself. But anyway, what about the other supporting characters? Christoph Waltz
Yes.
as Dr. Ido.
And
I thought everyone in the supporting cast I felt was tremendous.
Good.
Yeah, I liked them
agree.
all.
I agree.
I thought Jennifer Connelly was great.
She's
I thought that
how old is she now? Because she's really freaking beautiful for her age.
that she is.
She's really like. When I saw her on screen, I was like, "Wait, what?"
She could. I said she could have been Wonder Woman years and years
She's
ago.
amazing. She's seriously beautiful.
She could be Queen Hippolyta now.
Man. Yeah, when I saw her on screen, I was like, "What?" She's gorgeous.
But
anyway, sorry.
she was great in it.
She was great in it. Yeah.
Look again. I
I
think
do like the
everything in
character
this
in it.
movie. I think everything in this movie is very pretty.
Okay.
That guy. I tell you what. His name is Marshall Ali. Who is
Yeah.
What a 12 months that guy's been having, right? He's just
He's
been in
doing really well.
winning.
So I watched
Awards
Green
and
Book
he's-
recently as well. Man, that guy can act really well.
Is Green Book worth watching?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I was so skeptical. I was like, oh, here we go. And I walked after I finished watching, I was like, holy crap! It's actually really.
Is it like the Green Mile? Is it the sequel to the Green Mile?
No, not at all. Not that I think of. But anyways, going back to Alita.
Did you think it was
Christoph
long?
Waltz? It's a long movie. Christoph Waltz is great, but it's Christoph Waltz. I mean,
Yeah.
what is he not?
What is he not? Yeah.
Great in? He always does.
He shouldn't have been in
well.
that Green Hornet movie, but anyway.
Jennifer Connelly, yep, agree, absolutely gorgeous. Her character was I like the fact that initially you just really dislike her, and then eventually you're like, oh wait a minute, and you sort of felt for her.
Well, she had a character arc of sorts. And,
She did,
and
she
that's
did,
the thing. These
she did.
characters, they do have something of an arc.
They do.
Which is again, it's good storytelling. It's very immersive. I think it's engaging.
Right.
As hard to relate to as it is, and as unbelievable as it is
Right.
as a concept.
The only thing I will say is that I think a translation from manga / anime over to Hollywood films or TV series, I'm usually not a fan of them because I think they don't usually pull it off well. Sort of like Death Note, for example, on Netflix, right?
Which I haven't seen. That
Don't
thing
even
was
waste your
scary.
time. Don't. It's not even. It's so stupid that it's not even scary. It's just dumb. It was a horrible translation for it, and most of the times it just doesn't work. So my expectation going to watch this film was that it's not gonna work. But I gotta say, overall, this is probably one of the better translations.
I think
I
this
enjoyed it. You know
I
what mean?
think we're starting to. First of all, the technology allows us to translate what's on the cartoon with
Right.
what's on the live action scene.
Yep.
And I think now audiences are a little bit more accepting of some of the unusual manga tropes.
Yep.
Big eyes and things like that.
Sure.
Things like that.
Hey, let me ask you the ending, the reveal of who the villain is. Were you expecting that?
What was their?
Edward Norton?
It's
him, right?
Well, but
It's clearly him.
it didn't really blow me away seeing
Okay.
him, his face like, oh wow, he was the villain all along.
I guess in my head it's I wasn't expecting it. I just didn't
Oh,
know.
it was a
know,
nice little
right?
moment.
So when I saw him at the end, I was like, wait, what? He was acting in that the whole time? That's okay. Wow.
Did you feel this is a more successful, less successful, or about par for the course as say Ghost in the Shell, which is another
that's a tough
Hollywood
one because
adaptation?
I think Ghost in the Shell visually looked amazing in terms of translation, but I don't think it got the essence of what Ghost in the Shell is really about.
Really?
That's how I felt about it. But
So, are you a fan of
but-
Ghost in the Shell, the original?
I don't know if I
Again,
would
this
call
is
myself
another movie that I saw it back in the day.
Okay.
And it left a. I think conceptually I liked it, but I just don't really remember a whole lot of the.
Right. So I'm very much similar in that case where I can't say that I'm a huge Ghost in the Shell fan. Did I enjoy the show when I was the OVAs and all that sort of thing.
And I
sure,
only ever saw the
I did,
OVA, so
but
I have no idea
I
what
can't
the...
say that I'm an uber fan.
So what's next? Akira, is that not going to be? Are they still not talking about doing that?
I hope they don't do it because
really,
I really don't.
But
want
you don't think
do...
that you don't think that they could close the gap and
no,
make
because
it,
there is a lot. Because when you're going after something like Akira, you're setting up your bar this high, and it's going to be because it's Akira. Man.
I know that people look at it, but
I feel that it's going to be criticized like this a little more. So you got to get this right, like 100%, and if you don't, you're going to get like slaughtered for it. That's how I feel about Akira. If it was me, like if I was a famous director, I'd be like, I don't want to touch it. I do not want to touch Akira.
I have faith that James Cameron could do it if he
give me Ninja Scroll or something, but not Akira.
If he committed to it.
All right, but look, how many out of 10?
I would say that this is about a 7.5.
7.5
out of 10. To me, it was carried more by the visuals and the look and the world.
Okay.
The storyline is... I quite like the storyline, and it was quite engaging.
Right.
But again, it was kind of... The main character is a cyborg who is like... had no memory.
A super cyborg.
And it was kind of like... I know this came out before... Long Kiss Goodnight, but it was kind of, there are elements of that, so I feel like I've seen it before.
Okay. It's familiar, right?
I think that just the visuals alone, the world building that it does, is
the world's amazing.
Is great, and for that reason, I think it truly is a sign of film. What a great filmmaker can do.
Okay, I mean, I would probably give it about a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed it. I walked out going, oh, it's a lot better than I was expecting.
To me, it was begging for like a mid-credit scene or something just to set up the sequel because they are. It doesn't end on a cliffhanger. It doesn't.
But
really
you know
hang
that they're setting it up for a next and a next and the next.
Yeah, it's clearly. Well, there are more stories to tell. And now, whether or not I guess they get the chance to do it, whether James Cameron's going to string me along for another 10 years, and like with Avatar, that's going to happen.
It wouldn't surprise me. How many avatars has he got so far now lined up? Like 7, 6,
oh, is that
5? Something like this? Some crazy figure like that? 5 or 7?
I keep hearing all these funny things. And I think Battle Angel Alita or Alita, whatever the original thing was called, there is a lot of stories that they could string out. Well, whether they do it or not is the question.
Unless I'm mistaken as well, though, I did watch a thing on YouTube when they were interviewing James Cameron, and they were he was saying like he took a lot of source materials from other parts further ahead and put it into this particular film and stuff. I'm not familiar with this.
Well, that would explain why this movie is like 2.5 hours long, and the original cartoon was like, what's that? A 50-minute cartoon or something? I don't remember.
Last time I watched it was probably a good 20 years ago. 15 years ago, something like that, right?
For me, it was about
a while. So
this thing's been around for a long time.
It has. But anyways, let us know what you think. Comment on our Facebook page.
Let us know whether those eyes were too much of a distraction or whether you loved it. Let us know what you think. And once again, join us on Facebook. Let us know what you want to see. Let's talk about. We'll probably do more polls. It's going to be a big few months coming up. We were just talking about this before.
What's
We've got Captain Marvel. We have Shazam coming up. Infinity War. Well, I say Infinity War. It's Endgame. What else? Hellboy, I think, is coming out.
Yep.
All sorts of things coming out.
We've got a lot going. And
you can bet that we'll definitely discuss that. And we got Supernova as well.
We do have Supernova.
So come and say hello to us if you see us. Otherwise, we'll catch you all on the next INH show.
See ya.